Emily and David were the kind of couple everyone admired. They had been married for 5 years and lived a quiet, happy life. David worked as an engineer, and Emily stayed at home, taking care of the house. She always waited for David with a smile, and he always brought her flowers on Fridays. Their small apartment was filled with love, laughter, and sweet little routines. David loved Emily deeply. He believed she was the best thing that ever happened to him. He worked hard so she wouldn't have to worry about anything. Emily felt lucky too. David was kind, patient, and always made her feel special. But something had started to change. Emily wanted more from life. She felt lonely during the day when David was at work. Her heart longed for excitement, for something new. One day, she told David she wanted to get a job. He agreed without hesitation. "Do what makes you happy," he said with a smile. Emily smiled back, but deep down, she didn't know why her heart felt so heavy. She didn't know that one small decision was about to change everything. And the perfect marriage they built together would soon be tested. Emily started her new job at a marketing firm downtown. It was her first time working in years, and everything felt exciting and new. She wore her best clothes, fixed her hair just right, and walked into the office with a hopeful smile. She wanted to prove herself, not just to others, but to herself too. Her boss, Ryan, was a tall man with sharp eyes and a calm voice. He noticed Emily right away. On her very first day, he said, "You're going to do great here." His words were simple, but they stayed in her mind. Days passed, and Ryan kept checking in on her. He complimented her ideas, praised her work, and even laughed at her small jokes. Emily felt seen. At home, David was still kind and loving, but he was often tired. Their talks became shorter, and their smiles faded by the end of the day. But at work, Ryan's attention made Emily feel special again. He listened. He noticed. And soon she started to wait for work the way she used to wait for David. Emily didn't realize it yet, but something was changing in her heart, and it had nothing to do with her job. Emily began spending more time at the office. She stayed late, saying she had extra work or meetings. David trusted her completely. He never asked too many questions. "Take care of yourself," he would say, handing her a lunchbox with love in his eyes. But Emily hardly noticed the warmth in his voice anymore. At work, Ryan was always there, waiting with a smile, ready to talk. He shared stories about his life, his dreams, his past. He told Emily that he felt lonely, that no one really understood him. Emily listened, her heart softening. She started to share her own thoughts too, things she never even told David. Their connection grew quietly, like a secret whispered in the dark. It wasn't physical, not yet, but something deeper had started, a bond built on emotions and unspoken feelings. Back home, David began to feel the silence. Emily smiled, but it felt forced. She sat beside him, but her mind was far away. He asked if everything was okay. She nodded, but didn't meet his eyes. The distance between them wasn't loud. It was quiet, slow, invisible. And David didn't know. He was already starting to lose her. One evening, David came home earlier than usual. He had picked up Emily's favorite ice cream, hoping to surprise her. But as he entered their apartment, he saw her on the couch, smiling at her phone. Her eyes sparkled, not for him, but for someone else. She didn't notice him at first. "Ryan, you're too much," she laughed softly into the phone. David froze. The name hit him like a cold wind. Emily looked up and went silent. Her smile disappeared. "David, you're home early." He didn't raise his voice. He didn't shout. He just asked one question. "Who is Ryan?" Emily sat still, her hands shaking slightly. She tried to explain it wasn't what he thought. She said they were just close, that Ryan understood her, that she felt alive when she talked to him. David's heart broke right there. Not because she cheated, but because she no longer felt that way with him. "I gave you everything," he whispered, tears in his eyes. Emily cried too. "I didn't mean to hurt you. I didn't plan this." But the damage was done. The trust they once shared was now broken, and nothing could make it whole again. After the truth came out, Emily tried to fix things. She promised David that it was just emotional, that nothing physical had happened. But David couldn't sleep. He couldn't stop thinking about the way she smiled at her phone, the way she said Ryan's name. Emily called in sick and stayed home the next day. She watched David move around the house in silence, packing a small bag. He didn't say much, only, "I need space." When the door closed behind him, the silence felt heavier than ever. Emily sat on the bed, holding a photo from their wedding day. She remembered how happy she was, how safe she felt in his arms. Now everything felt cold and distant. She messaged Ryan, hoping to find comfort. But his reply was short. "I think we should keep things professional." Her heart sank. The man she risked everything for was walking away. He had never loved her the way David did. He was only passing time. Emily was left alone, with her guilt, her broken heart, and the echo of what she had lost. She whispered to herself, "I made the biggest mistake of my life." But it was too late. David was gone. Weeks passed. Emily returned to work, but everything felt different. Ryan avoided eye contact, spoke to her only when needed, and never smiled the way he used to. The connection they once had vanished like smoke. The same office that once felt exciting now felt cold and empty. At home, silence filled every room. Emily often stared at the door, hoping David might walk in. But he didn't. She tried calling him, sent long messages filled with apologies and tears, but he never replied. David had moved in with a friend. He spent his time working, going for long walks, and slowly healing. He still loved Emily deep down, but the pain was too much. Trust, once broken, doesn't return easily. Emily, on the other hand, struggled with guilt every day. She missed David's quiet love, his gentle care, the way he always put her first. She realized Ryan had only been a moment of excitement. David was the one who truly loved her. She looked at their wedding photo again, tracing David's smile with her finger. "I lost the only man who ever truly loved me," she whispered. And in that moment, she knew some mistakes come with no second chance.